defend him, he's just going to keep right on going.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And now it's 2nd down.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, They run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game, because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. The 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Ravens, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd down now, it's Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
You can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Forced out to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run on first down. It's Edwards. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson now off the bootleg. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
The score, Bengals 21, Ravens 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the Bengals' 30-yard line.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3. This time Jackson will throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Raven. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
Room to run past midfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jackson, 61 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson, what more can we say at this point? He is a living, breathing highlight reel. And go ahead and tack on that last play to the list of big ones by number 8.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
The 40-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
They'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And some room to run now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. Burrow will throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Burrow. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Being chased out left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 20. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. looking to pass. Flushed out right. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Now Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Jackson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
For the extra point.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tackled at the 20.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He was brought down by Von Bell. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this carries into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked off at the 48. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, 84 yards. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it? And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Jackson on 1st down. That's taken in by Duvernay. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
To Devin Duvernay. A gain of 9.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Jackson's going to throw it. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
2 yards. It's now 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
A gain of 5.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bengals,